at crunch time where we're in the kitchen and it's time to get down to some weighing in. We're talking measurement today because in baking you've got to be really precise. So we're going to look at the difference between solids and liquids when we measure them out. Now, Dan and Karen, you both do baking in the kitchen. Yep. So what would you use to weigh flour, let's say, or to measure flour? Would you use this cup or the scales?
I would use the scales.
A fine choice, good. So let's start. If you, let's say, didn't have scales, you could use a cup like this. So Dan, I'm going to get you to fill this cup with flour, all right, and maybe do it over the cup. Why do you think I'm telling you to do it over the cup?
So any spillage goes back into the bowl.
Exactly right. Excellent. This is looking great. So keep popping that in there. Now, when we are filling cups with flour, do we compact it or do we keep it nice and fluffy and light? What do we do?
We compact it.
We do, exactly. Karen, do you want to do the final offset spatula job?
And you don't have to do that over the bowl if you don't want to.
You definitely need to do it over the bowl.
Nice.
That's perfect. Okay, so now we're going to see what happens when we measure this in. This is the compacted cup of flour. Wonderful, and it's been tared, which basically means that it's been brought back to zero. So we're not measuring the bowl, we're just measuring the flour. So that's 150 grams. Karen, Dan, remember that? So what we're going to do is we're going to sift the flour now into this cup instead of compacting it. So Dan, I'm going to get you to hold the sieve.
Yep.
Karen, I'm going to get you to hold the cup, and I am going to get in there and start. So hold the cup underneath the sieve, and we're going to start sifting it in there.
This is why octopuses are so good in baking, because they've got like 8 hands to use at once.
It's also why baking's lots of fun to do with your friends at home, because lots of jobs require 4 hands. And as we say in the kitchen, many hands make light work.
And also, though, on occasion, too many cooks can spoil it. So it's just about finding that nice balance, isn't it, Alice?
That's exactly right. Now, speaking of balancing, you two are doing a great job of balancing these 2 items. What do you think when you are baking? Are you sifting or are you compacting?
Compacting.
Compacting. Why do you think that is?
Because I don't have a sieve.
Oh, you don't have a sieve? Fair enough.
I thought you were going to say, Karen, I don't have all day. So.
Yes, me neither.
I like to compact because you get more precise measurements. Like for more complex and intricate dishes, you want to have the exact measurement, otherwise it'll be too thick or too soft.
Lovely, exactly.
like that.
Especially with baking and when you're baking cakes. What sort of cakes are you baking, Dan?
I like vanilla and chocolate cakes.
Delicious. And you adding many liquids to those vanilla and chocolate cakes?
Things like eggs and milk to help bind it all together, all the dry ingredients.
Speaking of milk, Nick, do you want to check out how to measure some milk into there?
Yeah, absolutely. I've gone with see-through milk, or as I call it, water, just for ease of measuring. And you do use a liquid mixer. That's really important. And I'll show you why. This is what we're using. This is the dry one there. And as we pour in our see-through milk, so it can be a little tricky.
It
To
can.
know where the top of the thing is. Oh, see? I mean, you can't see through, so you're never quite sure where the side is. And also, it's a lot, as you can probably tell, it's pretty difficult to pour.
Looks like you're causing quite the kerfuffle over there, Nick.
Oh, nice. Nice. Well done, Al. See, look at all the mess you make. Whereas if you're using a liquid pourer, I'm going to ask Karen to tell me exactly how much I've got in there.
You have got 6.5. Oh.
I've got a cup there, don't I? So it's just a lot easier to see, and because it's got this nozzle, it's a lot easier to pour as well. So that's why you use the different things for different solids and liquids, and you want to keep the gases out of the kitchen.
Yes, you definitely do. Speaking of gassy, we have aerated this flour with the sifting process, which is important to do, but let's measure it and see if that gives us the same 140 measurement. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. So it's now 147, so we're out on our scales, aren't we? If we needed 140, that's almost 150 grams, which means that our cake